from WSLS, this is 10 News at 5:30, working for you.
Now at 5:30, making their case, the latest on the 2024 presidential election as candidates try to win over voters while fighting off controversies.
Plus, national recognition.
I'm proud of my team here and what we've done together. It's certainly not me. I mean, they are giving me the award, but they do the work.
The special honor going to local law enforcement. And
the idea that, well, maybe a drink or two a day is good probably is wrong.
Questions about the benefits of booze. The new report on how alcohol can impact your health.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Rachel Lucas.
I'm John Carlin. The race for the White House is heating up ahead of Decision 2024, but not without some controversy.
From former President Trump's legal issues to the investigation of Hunter Biden, Alice Barr has the latest from the campaign trail.
In a week that could bring major developments in former President Trump's legal troubles.
These are ridiculous indictments.
A new co-defendant in the former president's classified documents case appearing in a Florida court today. Mar-a-Lago property manager Carlos de Oliveira is accused of trying to help Mr. Trump delete security camera footage to obstruct the investigation. Allegations the Trump team sharply denies.
What was the obstruction of justice? Because no tapes were deleted. He turned them over. He cooperated, as he always does.
At the same time, we're awaiting word of two more potential Trump indictments, both centered on efforts to overturn the 2020 election. One case in Washington, D.C., the other in Fulton County, Georgia, where security is ramping up.
Some people may not be happy with the decisions that I was making, and sometimes when people are unhappy, they act in a way that could create harm.
The legal cloud hanging over the presidential campaign as Mr. Trump's closest Republican rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, is trying to hit reset.
We will usher in a new era of growth, prosperity, and civic pride.
He's under fire for his state's new Black history teaching standards while facing a cash crunch and lagging poll numbers. President Biden at his vacation home in Delaware, while on Capitol Hill, his son Hunter's business dealings remain a key focus for House Republicans. Today, hearing closed-door testimony from one of Hunter Biden's former business partners.
There still is no connection of any of Hunter Biden's business dealings with President Biden.
Democrats defending their president and candidate in the next race for the White House. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Paul Reubens, the actor and comedian best known for his role as Pee Wee Herman, has died. We're told he died after a 6-year battle with cancer, which he never made public. Known for his red bow tie and catchphrases, the beloved character was popular in the late 1980s and early 90s. The last Pee Wee Herman movie was released in 2016. Paul Reubens was 70 years old. Now for a look at your forecast, where we are finally seeing a break from the unbearable heat and humidity we've seen throughout the month of July. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, it sure has. Meteorologist Parker Beasley is here with us now. So Parker, we're heading on into August tomorrow. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot nicer. I think it'll be a lot cooler to start off our August, but temperatures will slowly warm up as we get towards the weekend. I think rain chances will return on Thursday, but the heat won't return until later on. We're looking at pretty nice skies at the moment as our Roanoke cam right now. We see Rachel, John.
The Danville Police Department is getting national recognition. Chief Scott Booth was just named as a recipient of the Frederick Milton Thrasher Award by the National Gang Crime Research Center. And while this honors superior leadership in law enforcement, it's mainly due to the work that they've done to curb crime and keep people safe.
Doing the right things here in Danville, right? It shows that some of the things that we've done to reduce violence, especially, gang-associated violence that impacts so many of our young people, is being looked at in other places across the nation, actually across the world. So that's kind of a big deal.
Chief Booth has been on the job since 2018. He's received 2 other awards in the past for successful crime reduction.
A new Virginia law is requiring all hotel staff to be fully trained to spot human trafficking. This comes as the rate of human trafficking is increasing across the nation. Some signs workers are trained to look for are people ordering multiple rooms for just themselves or staying for extended periods of time with just a few personal belongings.
Virginia has been a hotspot for human trafficking because we have major highways going through the state. We've got major ports. We've got airports. Hotels are places where people come and go. It's really important for front desk, especially housekeeping, to know the signs of human trafficking.
The online course is sponsored by the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice, and workers must get recertified every 2 years.
Virginia Tech making major changes to the next admissions cycle. This includes getting rid of the early decision plan while moving the early action deadline to November 15th. Also, get this, the university will no longer consider legacy as part of applications. And in following the Supreme Court's recent ruling, race will not be a factor or visible in the admissions decision process.
The town of Vinton is making progress on the demolition of a music store destroyed in a fire just over a year ago. They say the contractor working on the site should finish this week. The demo began a few months ago, and as they've tried to save connecting buildings. The town says some businesses have relocated, but others plan to return to the new building, which will offer similar opportunities.
One of the nation's largest trucking companies is closing its doors after 99 years. Yellow Court stopped operations on Sunday after disagreements with the Teamsters Union, leaving 30,000 workers out of a job. The shutdown comes after a federal judge denied Yellow's attempt to block a unionized strike earlier this month. The strike was the result of the company missing a pension and health care payment deadline for some unionized workers. The company had warned that a strike could result in bankruptcy.
Still ahead, warnings for beaches. The rare bacteria washing up along the North Carolina coast.
And keeping cool, tips to make sure you stay comfortable at home during Virginia's summer heat.
Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 5:30, working for you.
Now at 5:30, dueling controversies, the issues 2024 presidential candidates are facing as debate season approaches.
Plus, joining the effort.
Everything's so uncertain. I kind of wanted to see for myself firsthand and get a better understanding of what we can do to help.
The state following in Virginia's footsteps by sending National Guard troops to the border.
And clearing the shelters.
It's to a point where you wonder how many more can we keep helping and still get them out fast enough that we're not overwhelming ourselves and our fosters.
The effort to save animals in our area as the shelters are full.
Thank you for joining us for 10 News at 5:30. I'm Rachel Lucas.
I'm John Carlin. We're going to begin tonight with the very latest in the 2024 presidential election.
Both President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump are facing controversies and accusations, yet they still lead the polls.
And tonight, Alice Barr has the very latest on the challenges they face and what it could mean moving forward.
All eyes on the D.C. federal courthouse today, where for the first time in history, a grand jury is weighing whether to indict a then president of the United States for trying to overturn an election he lost. The potential indictment would be the third against former President Trump, centering on his actions leading up to the deadly January 6 Capitol attack. Mr. Trump received a target letter 2 weeks ago that NBC News learned cited 3 federal statutes: deprivation of rights, conspiracy to defraud the United States, and witness tampering. Mr. Trump fiercely denies any wrongdoing. Despite the legal cloud, former President Trump only gaining in the polls. He's out today with a new ad attacking President Biden, as a New York Times Siena College poll now has the pair tied in a head-to-head matchup. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis falling far behind. He's trying to reboot his campaign, greeting voters today in New Hampshire.
When I'm running, it's not just about me.
On Capitol Hill, fresh fallout in House Republicans' investigations of Hunter Biden after his former business partner Devin Archer said in closed-door testimony that Hunter Biden sold the illusion of access to his father, putting Joe Biden on speakerphone with clients and foreign business associates roughly 20 times over 10 years to impress them.
The witness was unequivocal and stated very clearly that they never discussed any business on that phone conversations.
There's a lot of smoke, and where there's smoke, there's fire.
The White House responding that Republicans keep promising bombshell evidence but keep failing to produce any. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The Biden administration is keeping the U.S. Space Command headquarters in Colorado. The Trump administration initially made plans to move the headquarters to Alabama, but officials say a move would put military readiness at risk. This follows multiple reviews found no improper political influence in moving the headquarters after Alabama enacted restrictive abortion laws.
West Virginia National Guard members are heading to Texas this week to help at the southern border. The state joins a growing number of Republican-led states, including Virginia, to send troops and resources. Governor Jim Justice is facing backlash from Democrats in his state, but he says he stands by his decision.
I'm not into political stunts. There's no way on this planet that I am. You know, the amount of dollars that this is going to cost the state of West Virginia, maybe $1.5 million, maybe a couple $1 million. Look at the level of surpluses we have. If we don't invest in an insurance policy for this country, are we completely crazy?
The 53-man deployment is made up of all volunteers, and they will serve along the border for 30 days. This comes as the Pentagon announces they're removing over 1,000 troops from the border.
Let's take a look at your forecast. We are seeing unpleasant temperatures and low humidity. That's kind of soft-selling it. It was a beautiful day today, right?
It's really been great today. Meteorologist Parker Beasley is joining us now. So, Parker, it's been beautiful today. How long is this comfortable weather going to last?
It's going to last a couple days, at least for tomorrow. Today was just absolutely gorgeous. Tomorrow will be the same story, but rain chances will start to make their way back into the forecast on Thursday. As we go into Friday, we'll also deal with rain chances. But for now, the radar's clear. John?
Well, the family of Henrietta Lacks and biotechnology company Thermo Fisher Scientific have now reached a confidential settlement. This comes after the family says the company continued to make billions of dollars from a racist medical system. Lacks, whose cells helped make medical breakthroughs, were taken by Johns Hopkins Hospital without her consent shortly before her death back in 1951. Johns Hopkins said it never profited from the cells, but family lawyers say Thermo Fisher Scientific continued to make profits after knowing the cell's origins.
Still ahead, saving a life. How you can help animal shelters here in our area as they reach capacity.
Plus, who are you going to call? How about the Goat Busters? We will learn about the Virginia city enlisting the help of goats to get rid of invasive plants. And as a reminder, back-to-school season is approaching, and local districts need your help to load the bus with supplies for kids in need.
Times for the drive this weekend are listed there on your screen. You can drop off donations at Roanoke Valley Walmart stores.
And for details, go to WSLS.com.
Still ahead, drinking concerns. The new study about how just one drink a day can impact your heart health.
And how about a live look at Blacksburg from our Virginia Tech Skycam? Beautiful day in the New River Valley. We'll let you know when we might be expecting some more of that Canadian wildfire smoke to roll back into the area. All right, coming up, a system update.
Twitter's new logo and what it might mean for the company moving forward.
Coming up, reading the label.
The warning from local experts about how to properly and safely preserve food. That's next at 6.
We just want goats.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah. All right, coming up. Rising concerns.
The bacteria found at some North Carolina beaches now believed to have infected a Virginia dog. And that looks good as always. That does not look so good. Coming up, a bug that should not be your friend.
Why you should kill a spotted lanternfly if you see one here in our area. That's coming up next at 6.